Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Uranus Sextile or trine one's natal Venus. Now, this transit could manifest in goals, aspirations, friendships, one's future, freedom, and independence, being in harmony with one's love and their enjoyment. And I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. Well, the thing about it is your friendships at this point in time may actually be there for love. This time for support. You might enjoy their company more, and it could also be that they're beneficial to your own enjoyment. The things that you may actually enjoy, and say if your natal Venus is an Aquarius, as an example, those things of enjoyment can include astrology, astronomy, computers, innovation, tech labs, aviation, meteorology, as some examples. And they're also, this is about having your goals and aspirations. If they include finding love, having a relationship, a significant other, this could be a very auspicious time to do so. If you have your natal Venus in Capricorn, it might be with somebody winds up being a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant, or embodies those characteristics, or it could simply be somebody that's older and mature that you desire at this time. And it's also a time, really, as far as goals and aspirations go, as far as your enjoyment, that could be a goal for you to have more enjoyment and have more success in attaining that at this time. If you've been in a life situation, say, where you've been dominated by your work and career, and it's everything's been about just trying to make money, make your ends meet. This is the time where if you might make that goal an aspiration, just to simply have amusement, have some kind of enjoyment in your life. And it's a good time to do so with this transit. And as far as like your future, in your relationships, a significant other, Venus is more than just about a potential marriage partner, significant other, romantic partner. It could also be your important friendships as well. And this could be a very propitious time for the future with them. And it could be a time where people that you're associated with are positive in your life. You don't have as much the negativity, the friends that are just there, whether just maybe to use you, whether to your detriment somehow monetarily or whatever it might be. It can be a time as well where the future could be something that you value, and it's a good time to be doing so. I would say more so than usual, and you see the future as being valued more because it might be more positive for you. You may see it as more positive than you ordinarily would, and it's a time when you have this transit. It's also about having certain independence, and it could be certain. Sometimes it could actually be if you're trying to have certain freedom from significant friendships, a marriage partner. This could be the time where it may be more positive for that. If you're just I'm not saying get away completely for good or anything like that, but if you need time to do things that you need to do for yourself, this could be that time that could be beneficial for that, and those people could be more understanding and more in agreement and harmony with you doing so. The thing about Venus, okay, anatomically is connected with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the lower back, and kidneys. So this could be a time, if you've procrastinated or hesitated on dealing with any of those issues that I described that are anatomically associated with Venus, this could be the time where you have more, let's say, that freedom to be able to do something about it. If you had certain detractions or distractions that were, say, prohibiting you from doing anything with those issues, this could be the time where they're likely discarded. Those distractions, are gonna, would likely be minimal, or you're at a point where you're able to, put your foot down and have people understand, okay, look, I have to take care of these issues, all right? And this is a time where it can be beneficial, for dealing with those issues as a result. And especially, I would say, like, if your natal Venus falls in the first or sixth house in your chart, because the first house, of course, is associated with the physical body. Sixth house corresponds with physical health related issues. Now, this could also be, a transit where it can be very positive, for setting, some goal or aspiration, which could be, beneficial toward your self-worth, your self-esteem, and how you feel, about yourself. And if you have, say, the transit, Uranus is in the 10th house, it could be something career related. It could be simply, improving, your stature in life, your social status, being more successful. Um, it can be, a time as well, where, especially if you are an innovator, it could be a time for inventing and making money in the process of doing so. It could be, or it could simply be making money. That could be, doing something Uranus related. And, in addition to innovation, it could be something, with astrology or astronomy, computers, electronics, meteorology, aviation, as some examples. And this is a time too where the friendships that you have, acquaintances, and people that could be prominent in groups, clubs, and organizations, this is a time more for peaceful rapport and connection with them. And I think this would also be a time where those people can respect your need for peace at this time. If you do have that under, if you're having that desire for peace, and, you're somebody that dislikes, strife and discord, this is the time where those people are likely, they can give that to you, more so than they generally would. And it's also a time for doing something to be creative, or even, like you say, ingenious, of an artistic nature. At this time, Venus is connected with art, uh, something where, this transit of, Venus is in Aquarius. Naturally, it could be something really original, or it could be something like means of, like, electronic art. As an example, Venus in Pisces could be more of the abstract, the fictional, type fantasy art. And this transit can be very positive as well. Um, it may be for, something, like an unexpected reconciliation, or if you're, involved, somebody, that's prominent in a group, club, or organization, or could simply be a friend, and, you've been, at odds for some time, this could be auspicious for having that reconciliation with that person. It could be a very positive time for a compromise, with him or her. Um, it might also be a time, as far as being positive, for negotiating things with those people, with, if it's a friend, or if it's somebody, again, in a group, club, or organization. This is the time where you have more, of an opportunity to do so, or just somebody, on the internet that you're negotiating something with. This could be a very positive time in doing this. And also too, Venus is connected with lawsuits and legal matters, so this could also be a time, if you're trying to set a goal, or aspiration, in order to end a legal matter, to have it dealt with, or to actually, do something in connection with this. If you procrastinated on it, this is the time where you can do so. It could be auspicious for, resolving a legal matter, maybe online, at this time. And it could be something unexpected that happens. I mean, Uranus is connected, the unpredictable, what's unexpected, and it could happen with something pertaining to a legal matter, a lawsuit. I would say be more positive, because you're talking about, a good aspect being formed from Uranus to Venus. And anyway, now also, another way, this transit may manifest, it could be where, friendships, which is Uranus, could be beneficial to your monetary, which is Venus, situation. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back, but anyway. Now, let's say a Venus in Scorpio is an example. Could be making money, doing something with locksmithing, or being a psychologist, insurance, tax examination, or even something with the occult, which includes astrology, as some examples. And at this time as well, another way this transit may be expressed is where goals and aspirations, which is Uranus, could be something that you enjoy, which is Venus, or at least maybe enjoy it more than you ordinarily would. Now, let's say, for example, if the transit Uranus is in Gemini in the ninth house, it could be simply taking manifold, which is Gemini, college courses, which is the ninth house, and also to clubs, which is Uranus, could be more in harmony and agreement with what you value, which is Venus. And clubs again are Uranus. Now, if the natal Venus is in Capricorn, say those values can include structure, ambition, and responsibility. Um, Also, it could be an auspicious time for freedom, which is Uranus, to spend, which is Venus. Now, let's say, if the natal Venus is in Leo, it might be, somewhat extravagant spending. It could be spending on things associated with entertainment, sports, party items as some examples. And it also could be a positive transit for the future, which is Uranus, with your relationships, which can include your significant friendships. Now, let's say, as an example, if the natal Venus is in Sagittarius, it may be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply embody those traits. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay